I'm not gonna waste any time on an intro or anything because this video isn't exactly a welcoming gift, and honestly something I wish I never even had to make. That's right, I'm starting this shit like a YouTube apology video from 2016 because apparently to YouTube I need to give my sincerest of sorries for trying to spread awareness of problematic and dangerous people on the internet, including their own platform. I want all of you right now to subscribe to my second channel and please follow my Instagram in case one day the low IQ members of the HQ decide to snipe my shit right off the map. The reason I'm saying all of this is probably the very same most of you are wondering about my channel at the moment, which is why all my Cupcake Man and TCAP videos suddenly vanished without a trace. Well, the reason being is I'm currently sitting with 2 active strikes by YouTube, just happily giving me a nice 1-2 fuck you combo every time I open up Studio. First one being a reaction to the pred that claimed he was there to buy pooping pills, something that is widely available on YouTube if you search it up. And now this time for exposing a man that really loves cupcakes for getting caught talking to minors once again. I'm basically stringing on to life by a pubic hair at this point, and for those who do not know how the system here operates or what strikes even mean, basically when YouTube themselves takes out one of your videos for doing something they believe that violated their rules. Whenever you get one, you also get a nice 1-week no pay vacation from being able to make content, stretching as far as not being able to post a community post to even update you guys on why I even left my channel or abandoned it like a dad does in Detroit. So getting 2 meant I had to wait a whole ass 2 weeks just to update everybody that I've been practically getting analed on my channel. And whenever you get 3, they pretty much Thanos snap you out of existence from ever having a YouTube channel again. So I really mean when I say this that this is a very scary situation, so please if you haven't already go into the description in case heaven forbid YouTube does decide to blast 5 years of hard work, my childhood dream, and something I put almost my whole life into to nothing but smithereens. So due to the censorship of this platform and the position I'm at, I have to choose my words really carefully about this video itself and basically have almost the same limited wording of somebody that's fighting a fucking homicide case. If you don't know who or what got me strike, I'll give you a nice hint by saying he's the captain of the Cupcake Cavalry. That should be a dead giveaway, and once uploading my new video on him about the recent developments of him possibly going to jail for minor refinery and also showing him being confronted by people that are working with law enforcement to build up a case against him, I perfectly thought that this would be a great video, especially for my channel with me being the platform's John Wick of these dirty dicks, spreading the most awareness I can about these people. So this would be nothing but a perfect video to post, because only upon 24 hours of uploading the video, it was strike down for quote-unquote harassment. That's right, somehow in this day and age, you can't speak down on people that are attracted to the underage. Saying that sentence even out loud blows me away. I mean, there's literally people on YouTube that follow him around in real life like they're Agent 47, and they rarely get punished. Not saying it's wrong. I mean, you got my damn support on the sidelines because I believe these semen demons are far below what I would even call humans for ruining and scarring a child forever, ruining their entire lives and senses of trust in the process, so I'm all down for watching theirs get ruined as well. So it really gets my mind working and Uncle Twerking to wonder why YouTube is punishing people for informing the public on sick and disgusting people that were once or still have a channel on their platform. Now, for the first time ever in YouTube history, I actually had some sort of communication besides a queef followed by radio static because they actually provided a timestamp on the Cupcake video that possibly could leave me a hint of what I did to violate their rules. And upon checking the timestamp they gave, it almost took everything in me to not kamehameha my monitor into the fucking wall. Because what I got strike for was something that I had absolutely no involvement in. If they were going to strike me down, I was expecting to open the video back up to hear me spamming 100 slurs and threatening this guy's life. 2 things I know I didn't do or never did. So I already knew I was walking into a dojo of bullshit, but it turns out to my great surprise, I didn't even say a word or even breathe during it. Because my video was strike for showing a clip of Gideon confronting Mr. 445 on a Discord call. So my appeal went through that I sent out about this obvious cock concoction of a situation, only to have it immediately rejected before I could even almost finish sending it out. I want to make this clear in case you didn't understand the magnitude of what I just said. My video that was fully monetized, had no issues, was taken down for showing a third-party clip that I grabbed from somebody else's channel, then was manually reviewed by what YouTube claims by a real human being for the appeal, only to get it doubled down and denied again. I took myself to Twitter to try to get maybe somebody at YouTube that doesn't drool whenever they breathe and hold a pen with their whole fist whenever they write, try to have some communication or word about this, to absolutely no avail. You guys want to hear what they said? Here, I'll play it now. That's right, not a damn word. It was like I would have had better communication with Helen Keller because at least a noise would have been made. Now, Gideon, the person I grabbed this clip from, did have his video taken down, but not warranted a strike for it. Obviously, it's all bullshit for any of this to even happen, but the fact that this video simply gets taken down and everybody else gets a strike for it really just shows another shining star in the sky of YouTube having favoritism on their platform. The larger that subscriber count is, most of the time, the lesser of a punishment you will receive. And this is no shade to Gideon, love his content, think what he does is great. It just leaves me baffled in how somebody covering a topic that involved other people gets more of a punishment than the actual person in the subject matter itself. And I'm not the only one that's been hit by this. If you keep up with YouTube drama or issues on the platform, you know that there are near dozens of people that cover the story, and almost all of them got hit with false strikes the very same way I did. People that come to mind instantly are Jamari, Sensitive Society, Turkey Tom, and MiniClin, someone that got their whole channel outright terminated for just covering about Agent 445 without having any strikes on the channel beforehand. He got his 600,000 subscriber YouTube channel removed with the flip of a switch for covering a story about a predator that was caught endangering children once again. Thankfully, at the time that I'm recording this, he had his channel reinstated, but he has told me that there's still an active strike for the situation on it. Now, YouTube never tells you shit about anything that you've done wrong, or at least they're very vague about it, so curiosity on how I broke the rules for showing a public fucking video was definitely running circles around my mind. And the reasoning they gave for how I deserved to have my whole livelihood cut off for 2 weeks was for showing content that quote-unquote depicted a staged meetup to accuse an identifiable individual of egregious misconduct with a minor without the presence of law enforcement, a policy that was not disclosed with anybody on their platform because YouTube loves to add random new rules like their BO2 zombie Easter eggs without informing people about it. Now, I could understand this rule if it was applied to someone who didn't do anything wrong or was falsely accused and chased around a Walmart screaming on how he wasn't there to meet with a 13-year-old girl, but this is entirely different because first off, we all know this motherfucker is guilty. He has done it a countless amount of times and admits to it with no shame whatsoever. But also the fact there is law enforcement present with Gideon having an official case number and having cops on the actual video itself. But because there wasn't 7 cops standing like you're picking a lineup on my park in 2K in the clip that I showed, so somebody at YouTube that had a stick of butter for a brain automatically made the assumption that this man was innocent and Gideon was harassing some poor individual outside of his doctor's office, is what I initially thought, because then I remembered that YouTube themselves banned EDP years ago once he was caught in a very reckless sting operation by amateur catchers without any presence of a police department being involved with it, which to me sounds like a direct contradiction to what the fuck I and these other YouTubers are getting punished for. And it's not like we were the ones going to him in person to confront him. All we did was simply talk about the situation, and now I'm dangling at the edge of a cliff of having my entire channel taken away for it. You're gonna go out of your way to punish these people that are accused of allegations, you know, without actual police being involved with the situation, then why the hell are you gonna punish people that are just simply talking about the topic? I mean, there's so many questions to throw around in the air, but to keep this video from not being a 3-hour TED Talk, I'm going to move on to my next point. Even though I'm sure there are reasons much more complex involving YouTube not getting into any legal trouble from situations like this, it just really comes off to me personally that they are actively and directly protecting predators on their platform by doing actions this extreme from people just trying to police this platform into actually being a safe place for all. And talk about the heinous acts that some YouTubers could done that could possibly be a risk for the viewers that watch them. Because that's what they told me in their email in my appeal. They just want to keep everything safe. Wouldn't awareness of these yeasty beasts be the best thing to keep it safe? I mean, I'm just drawing a fucking blank because this isn't the only time something like this happened to me. If you were there when I had around 20,000 subscribers, you would know 3 years ago I got striked for talking about Minilad, a person that has admitted to quite literally doing egregious conduct with a minor, or just doing disgusting acts with them, and his channel is happily still up today with him uploading videos with a smile on his face and a boner in his pants on every thumbnail. Meanwhile, I get a strike for it. I'm sure protecting predators isn't what the exact reason is, but with their lack of communication, what other conclusion am I supposed to even draw out of this? Moral integrity and freedom of speech is something that was thrown out the window for YouTube years ago. This site is the last thing you can almost be yourself on anymore, despite having you in the name. But to stoop to this level of striking down videos that are objectively pushing for a good cause is something I couldn't ever fathom to believe once starting my channel. And now this dream job for myself and millions of other people out there is turning into an actual nightmare. I could probably articulate myself better on a different day. I would be lying if I said I wasn't extremely scared and stressed out about all of this. So, you know, trying to keep a level head is a struggle for me at the moment. Not going into a sob story, but you know, these last few months have not been a good time for me outside of YouTube. I've been battling a lot of personal issues. So, you know, to get this little cherry on top to my entire shit cake of a time has truthfully been making me feel like a patient at Arkham Asylum. I genuinely feel like I'm about to go insane, that my career is in jeopardy for speaking down on somebody that diddles kids in their free time. I've said almost everything that needed to be said, and sadly, because I'm sitting here with 2 strikes, I'm quite afraid to upload pretty much anything until this situation blows over. This isn't a guarantee that I won't upload for another month because the strike could possibly be lifted. I'm working with a bunch of other YouTubers that I've named, and also other ones have connections to, you know, other networks that could possibly help with all this. But in case it doesn't, you now know the reason why I won't be posting. Now, for the TCAP videos, I deleted all of those because a YouTuber that goes by the name of Augie RFC got a random video that he posted 2 years ago that involved Chris Hansen hit with a community guideline strike. Now, I'm sure it won't take a fucking genius to tell you why that's a honky hunk of bullshit, because Chris Hansen is literally directly tied with law enforcement each episode that he does on to Catch a Predator. So with my current position, I didn't want to take any chances whatsoever leaving those videos up. So with me having to delete this 2 most popular series on my channel and also not being really able to upload until November 2nd when the entire thing expires, my main source of income and huge activity on this channel is practically going to be stripped away from me until then, which is why I need your guys' help. I'm not going to pretend I'm sitting in poverty to make ends meet and I'm completely broke, but if you guys would like to support me financially, you know, following my other socials, buying my really comfortable and affordable merch, and signing up to my Patreon for $3 a month where you can find all my deleted videos archived and all my new weekly videos posted on there until the situation blows over. But I think the most important thing I could really ask from you guys is just to have some patience. You know, if you guys can be there when I upload my new video whenever I come back, that is honestly the most grateful gift that I could really ask for. I'm planning on re-uploading my TCAP videos here once everything is said and done, but I'm very sorry that we have come to this day where I can't even feel safe to upload videos on people that are making everybody else unsafe. Fighting $1 billion corporation is like trying to scrap up with a brick fucking wall. You're not going to get anywhere. At this point, all I want is answers, YouTube. Why are you doing this to us when all we do is make this platform a better place for you and keep children protected and informed of the dangerous people that they might watch or look up to that could possibly directly impact and ruin their lives if they got into contact with that said person? This is not some pastime we do for fun. This is our jobs. We do the research about these situations, and you're going to take ours away without doing any of your own? YouTube, for once in your lives, please answer me and the dozens of big and small creators you falsely punish. That's really all I can think of at the moment to say. If I have another thought that crosses my mind or a point to make, I'll update a pinned comment that I will make, and I'll see you all soon. Complete bullshit.